First of all, obviously the Evo Devotion, this sort of like G house Russian hard bass sort of thing going on, and then secondly an 808, and they don't play the same pattern. Even if I could show you, this is the 808 pattern, and this is the Russian hard bass pattern. Yeah, the pattern, man, the pattern makes everything like work, flow. That's like the foundation of everything, man. And you can also see the ghost notes right here. If you would just look very closely, you can see the notes that are like a little bit more gray. These are like muted, so you can see what kind of notes play when the 808 is not playing, and vice versa. Oh no, I think actually, yeah, vice versa, right? There's actually, I deleted it completely, so there are no muted notes, just I deleted it, and it's completely different pattern here as well, so it doesn't even align with this one. But the rest, and this too, right? But I think the rest is pretty much like ghost notes, so you can actually see what notes don't play and stuff. And also on this one, I think the kick comes in and the cuts very quickly. I don't know what happened there, but it's just trial and error too, and it's a lot of fun if you sort of try that out. When you listen to it, it's not all the same. So they're sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. They're sort of like, just listen to that, man. Yeah, it's a really like, it's a dance between these two bass lines, if that makes sense. So sometimes the donk is like doing an extra note and it like adds to the groove, and at other points there's an extra 808 without a donk. So it's like a play in between, and it's just like, that's sort of like the really good tip I can give for. It's not a tip, but it's like, that's what it is, just to sort of like explain that. And yeah, the 808s is just from a hip hop pack, I guess. I also shaped the envelope the way I wanted it. And yeah, it's just a C note. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I guess also with that, if I drag is in here, you can just see I have a bunch of 808s for selection readily available. And it's just like trial and error, I guess, And I got that from other artists. There's an artist, his name is Fourty, he's a German rapper. And I listened to his song Heute Nacht, and it's the same stuff. So I tried to remake his exact instrumental, and that's how I learned it. But obviously it was a different pattern, different bass melody. And then I just wrote my own track around it, because I had everything. I had the whole setup. I had the whole template readily available of my sort of, by the time, favorite song, right? And I could then just write my own shit with the same template, obviously. But Evo Devotion is like Flex. I use FL Studio, but it's like the basic. It's basically like, it's like this Russian hard bass type stuff that we use in Faith is the Ground 2. I showed you that before, and it's just really cool bass. And also like the processing. If we would turn the processing off, on, off. I mean, there's not much of a difference, but we have like, if we look at the processing, it's like just, most of the time I add distortion, and I like RC20 color, RC20 retro color, because it has many different types of distortions. In that scenario, air, and it's literally, as the name says, air. It doesn't crunch, or add like crazy harmonics on it. It's like, it really makes it like, as the picture tells you as well, it makes it like boom. It's like very hard to describe. I think it's just a great preset. And that, as you could see as well, the bass is turned down all the way on the width, and just for the post-processing afterwards, I turned down the gain too, but that's just like how it goes sometimes with the chain. Sometimes you just turn it down within that. And then EQ, I can't really explain you that. It's just trial and error with these kind of EQs. When I have a dip at 319 hertz, bro, that's just like experience. I can't really say, hey, this is why, because of this. There's no solution I can give you. It's just trial and error. It's just listening to a lot of music and developing my own taste. And that's why that's how you develop these EQ decisions also. Like it's just, it's just taste and trial and error, bro, over time, and trusting in yourself and knowing that that things are, just make up your mind that things are natural for you, bro. And I think you'll make these decisions by yourself too. Like, just trust yourself, man. Just believe you are the music producer already. That's really how it goes. And then, yeah, I spreaded the signal again. So that's also kind of crazy, right? So it's a really simple mixing chain. Nothing crazy, no crazy effects on the bass. But just good sound selection, I would say, especially on the 808. Sound selection is the most important thing. And obviously just like use my own instruments, which I will come to as well now. Yeah, these 808 packs, it's from, I think, just in the internet, like you have to invest also money. I would highly suggest it, but I think this one, I think I got it from Ghost Hack is like the name. But yeah, there are different brands that are better for hip hop, I guess. So I don't know if you want to go and splice for that. There are a lot of packs out there that I can recommend, but you need to know for yourself what kind of direction you want to go in. But yeah, I mean, like getting the tools is the easiest part, right? This is like the most fun part now, because that's where the magic happens. So it's this sample right here. So yeah, that's the sample that I got from Calvin. And yeah, I mean, not Calvin, his dog. So yeah, resampled it and I played my own melody around it, So I mean, nobody owns the note, whatever the note was. Nobody owns the instrument. Like, there's no copyright on it. It's just a note on an instrument, so there's no copyright issues, I guess. Probably just a reverse thing, I guess. Like, I think Calvin Harris wants people to be inspired by him. So yeah, and that's just the pattern that I have here. Yeah, so nice, bro. Yeah, that's sick. You want to add some flavor to it, right? So let's turn off all the effects for now, so you can actually really hear how it was how the resampled thing is. And then I just add like RC20 is a really cool thing. This is like just like try out RC20 yourself. I think they have a trial version. Then you will know what all these things do. There's really cool features in here. Then saturation knob is also a free plugin, I think, actually. Even just add some saturation, makes it more harmonic and louder and everything. Then we have replica for delays. Let me actually turn everything on step by step. So yeah, reverb. Oh wow, actually I think the reverb is mono, but then we have EQ, sort of like this bell EQ. It's like a radio, it emulates like a radio filter. Then we have the second chain with just low cut or high cut, low cut, I don't know. I'm always confused with these, both of these. Then we have this for I don't know what. I don't know if I've automated this sometimes in some areas. I don't think I have. Okay, no, I have automated it, yeah. Yeah. So this is like the whole vibe of the track, right? And it's just so sick. It's so simple, so sick. Such a simple pattern. Then I also have like, yeah, Cymatics, I think it was. Also, the hip hop pack is from Cymatics, I think. Yeah, this is like a hip hop pack. So you can tell, right? It's like hip hop. Yeah. And what's that? What's that? Chaos Appreciation. Yeah, it sounds like hip hop or R&B, right? I like this one too. Yeah, really good job. Also shout out to my to Josh Paulino. He did I mean, like, he's got a really good voice for that, really raspy, really airy. Check him out on Fiverr. Yeah, can highly recommend working with him. He's really professional. He's really like good to work with, you know, so can highly recommend too.
Backseat, the woman of my dreams. Found you in the Insta feed. You're rising in her jeans.
So that's actually the premium version where you get like the raw stems, the mixed and mastered stems from him, from the vocal. So you can either take his finished comped vocal with reverb, all the effects on it. You just have to drag and drop it into your project, or you can mix it yourself then if you would like to do that. And he's got also harmonies. He's just coming up with his own harmonies too. So you only have to provide the lead vocal, and he will get creative and do some harmonies on it, which I think turn out pretty amazing.
The woman of my dreams.
You can barely hear them, but slightly in the background to add some richness to it. And I think it's really cool. I could also do like a more detailed breakdown on this mixed, because I mixed them myself then afterwards. I just took his raw stems and mixed it with my vocal chain that I always use. But also on that, just to switch it up a little bit more, I like this first verse right here. Yeah, I just like that first verse, and I didn't want it to just sit here, so I took the same thing, I copied pasted it over here, made it unique, and just yeah. So that's for the instrumental part right here. That's the within the arrangement. As you can hear, right, to have it like just subconsciously in your head, you know. It sort of even functions as a second intro then, right? We recall the intro again in a different way. And yeah, let's get to the drums now. And yeah, the lead sound actually. Maybe just talk about the lead sound first. No, we actually didn't talk about this one yet. We didn't talk about the other synths. So we talked about this right here, right? The piano. Then I got reverses, so everything I do is just play like a chord, right? So I just create a new pattern here, then I solo out this stuff, then I either go in here on the current thing, I open up Edison, a recording tool, click on record, then basically just press play, then I cut it the way I wanted to, and then just, you know, solo everything else to have a tail, and then I just press play, for example. I don't have Edison right now, but I just record it, right? And then it records it. Well, let me actually just show you how I do it. So I just do this, right? Right until the tail is ended, like this. This is perfect. Then I literally just have to click this button here, drag it in here, and then I basically just have to do 2 more clicks, and I got my reverse ready. So, you know, as you can see, very easy. Just delete it again if I don't need it anymore, or if I need it, yeah, I don't know. But then I basically have my reverse, and then it sounds like this, right? Pretty cool. And yeah, this is basically what this is. So this is how you make reverses. I'm pretty sure there are faster ways with like shortcuts and everything, but I just did it this way. I just got used to it. Purely to the, I don't know, because there's like a shortcut, but it doesn't apply the reverb from your project. It applies new reverb, and I don't want that. I want to use the reverb that I have on my instrument. So that's why I don't use the shortcut. I think that's why I just recorded. And then we also have these stabs. It's like an 80s disco stab or whatever from a sample pack, you know, to add some, like, I don't know, it's just my style, you know. Actually, let me see, which sample pack was it. Yeah, just random from Splice, I guess. I just look up on Splice, Step, whatever. Sometimes I just browse through Splice. I just sometimes browse through Splice and I find cool shit. I save it in my folder and I organize it the way I want it to. You know, you can see everything's organized right here. Also colored the way I wanted to mark off my favorites, all that. So I have everything readily available, right? Sort of my own color palette, uniquely designed to my needs. And these are obviously accumulated towards, throughout the last couple of years, 4 to 5 years, right? So that doesn't happen in a day. This big sample library, right? All bought. I bought everything. All is everything is royalty free, so I can use everything here. You know, so yeah, that's the way. Then I also have this ambient sound. It's also just from sample packs. Magnus actually, he released a sample pack. I also bought it. He's also a producer actually, the singer and producer. To be clear on that, Magnus, he brought out an album and he sold his sample pack, I guess. Then we also have like some sort of like, what is that? Yeah, just volume multiplier to increase the volume and gradually fade it in. And we also got like in the second drop we introducing like a, what is it? You get what I mean, right? It's like a LFO thing. Then also we have chords in the beginning to layer on top. With like some vinyl layer on it. Yeah, and I mean the chords are pretty simple, right? Like there's not much going on. That's the first layer, that's the second. So the first one is just the Serum preset, like also just from a preset pack. Second. Yeah, pretty simple. I don't think I have to explain anything more. These are how they sound. Yeah, I mean it's Flex again. It's a sample library pretty much, and then we got effects on the Serum patch, which is basically just the EQ. So to fill out the highs, and then RC20 fill it out again. Yeah, I mean it just adds like distortion, bit crush, basically just like the vinyl 1 preset that I use to make it like, yeah, sound vinyl in a sense. That's exactly what it does. And then I've tweaked it a little bit because there's the star right here, I guess. So yeah, but that's basically it. And then the tile filter, I don't know what that is. There's just a panning, so it goes like left and right. But like really random, like it's like not a gradual curve, but it makes it like even more vinyl in a sense, and just all old and fucking broken. You know, it's a broken synth pretty much now. It makes it sound very like analog now. This is very like flat, but now when you add effects on it, it's like, wow, this is like from the 90s or the 80s or the 70s and all recording, or like even older, right? So that's the effect here. And then also on top for the intro only, we have like some crowd noise. Yeah. Then we also got the Reese Bass, very simple too. Let me go through that too. Just the simplest preset patch you will find. Just this preset, again from a preset pack. And it's just good, you know. We have very important is the portamento on, to have like the sliding notes, and the mono, legato always, and the porta. But I think if you use the right preset, you will have it automatically. And then just the effects are some EQ, I didn't do anything actually. I think I filtered out the highs, right? Yeah, because I don't want the didn't want the high end in there, so I filtered out the highs, as you can see with an EQ. Just on this low pass, I put it all the way down. So yeah, let's turn it off. Yeah, nice. Really, really cool. I fucking love it. And that's pretty much also only that's the only part where we use the Reese Bass, only in intro. That's also something that's really important, maybe. That's the arrangement on this. And we bring back these vinyl chords again here, but as you can see, the Reese Bass is muted. Let's just put it then down here to avoid confusion. And then also this is also really cool. We have like some hits sometimes when we have and then without. It's just like, it's a cool thing to do, right? This hit. Yeah. Then I obviously got some more. I actually already showed you, but yeah, these synths, these guitars, and they are all from this pack. Right here. Yeah, and I put my own effects on it, obviously. So you can see right here, I just put on some RC20 again with the Lush and Crunch guitar. Actually, it fits perfectly because it's a guitar, and I just initially used the Lush and the Crunch guitar preset and tweaked it to my own needs. Then this one is, I think, also the same. It goes to the same mixer channel, but then the flute goes through this mixer channel. And it also has double tracking so let's just play it without the effects for a second. So without the effects, it's like this. Oops. Let's have another one. Yeah, like nothing. Yeah, very dry. But with this, it's like really, because this is like because this is like delays, reverb, EQ, and the EQ is just to fit it into the mix. So if I have that off, it's like it's too present, man. It's too present. It will clash with the vocals, so that's why I have the EQ on here. And to come back also to the guitar, I also have EQ on the guitar, obviously. So we have, again, the mids are important to always be aware that the mids have to don't mask the vocal, because you'll subconsciously always know, hey, I might want to get a vocalist on there or whatever. Or maybe but also if you have experience to listening to instrumentals and beats, you know how the sound profile sounds like, and if there's too many mids in there, you'll automatically do that even without the vocal already. So that's just like the instinct that you're developing throughout the time. And yeah, RC20, I already showed you. Fourty stereo enhancer, without effects it's like this. EQ, stereo, yeah. It makes it really vibey, the stereo even. So these are the samples. Then we also have this one. Oops. There's this short build-up right here. This one and this one. Throughout the arrangement. Then also we have the same shit, but we also have an endless smile on that, because we want to obviously have a tail on there. We don't want to just stop abruptly on these snare rolls. So if I turn the endless smile off, the EQ, by the way, is just a low cut, so it's very simple, just to get rid of the low frequencies. If we turn it off, it sounds like this. So what's the story that y'all wanna hear? White shirt, black jeans. I'm just gonna feed my dream. So as you can hear, it's cutting it off abruptly. So that's why I put this endless smile on there, to have it like clear. So what's the story that y'all wanna hear? White shirt, black jeans. I'm just gonna feed my dreams. Yeah. it's better. It's like it's way more smooth. It's like it masks also the rest of the drums that are still playing then, and it's just better. It's like a more of like the curve going up and then cutting. It's more of like the curve going up and then gradually decreasing again, which is better, I guess. It just flows better. So yeah, that's just on that. I think we covered everything right here now. So everything from the effects to the Reese Bass to the this to the instruments. I think we covered everything. The snare roll. Let's get to the drums. Actually, the drums are interesting too. It's very simple. I was really inspired by Fourty, obviously, by other instrumentals that I remade. It's actually, I don't want to play it right now. I don't want to get copyrighted, but you can check out Fourty. Fourty. He got a couple of songs, for instance, Heute Nacht is called, or Weißer Rauch, or what's the other one? Weißer Rauch, Heute Nacht. Yeah, these two songs are pretty much it. Yeah. I always have like this. Yeah, this pattern here. It's all from a hip hop pack, obviously. So cymatics again. I used cymatics for that. Cymatics bang kick C sharp, and it's trial and error to use it. The kick pattern. I just come up with stuff. Like I don't. Obviously, I'm inspired by Fourty, by this drum beat. I basically remade his instrumental from his song, and then I just applied my own twist on it. You know, changed a couple of things to my own taste. So it's not one-to-one copy. Then the hi-hats, it's two things. It's first, we just have this one, the normal hi-hat. We have got some processing on there, just like EQ, and that's it. It's already perfect, the sound. And then we got like a closed hat to keep the groove that comes before that. And we got no processing on that, and together they're like this. And that's important to have this hi-hat playing before it adds some groove to there. Yeah, that's the drums. It's very simple. Then kick, just the kick has actually no processing, which is quite interesting. You know, it already sounds perfect, which should be the way, anyways. If you have a pack purchased. And then we got this like rim shot percussion thing, which is also cool. We got it pretty much always here. Then we got just claps, right? Just a really snappy clap, first of all, or like how do you want to call it? I don't know. The processing on there is just EQ again, boosting the mids, actually crazy. So yeah, it makes sense here because the claps sound very thin. You know, if I take it off, so that's why it probably did it, and it doesn't mess with the vocal or anything either. And then we got some more clap layers. So this one, and then this one. So basically there are two different sound profiles now. The first one is really like white, noisy, if that makes sense, very like a splash almost. So, and the second one is like more like a percussion thing. Yeah, adds like more richness and character to it, I guess. If I turn the second ones off, yeah, it just adds really a lot of richness to it. And then what's that? Yeah, that just reverses, then crashes obviously in there too. Oh no, I muted them, sorry. So no. And then we always have a drum bus here with just a filter to, you know, filter out the drums in the intro. Then sometimes an instrumental parts, and in the breaks where we have lower energy parts, and within the arrangement we filter out the drums. Then we filter them up, we tease them again, and then we filter them back up again. And then we have separate one separate filter automation for only the clap, as you can see, because I just wanted to have some more flexibility. It just fitted better, and that's it. And yeah, that's it for the drums. Very simple, man. Very simple. Then the rapper is also good. I don't think I have to explain the rapper. Maybe the mixing a little bit, but I think that's a different story. Like, yeah, then we have the snare build. That are just chopped up samples, I guess. 1 second. Yeah. We got some hits too. Then we got this thing here. Yeah, just some more ambient to sort of tell a story subconsciously, like some counter melodies.
I've been working, keep my messages.
Yeah, it fits. And this is also from the AI, so the AI has this stuff in the ambient stems. So in Suno you can extract stems, and then you have drum stems, bass stems, you know, and ambient stems, whatever, effects stems from the Suno AI song that it drafts out for you. So I just remake this stuff, but obviously with my own instruments. And then yeah, more chords playing. So these come in after the other ones that I showed you before. But this is consolidated the track. The original one is this one. I can show you the mixer track too. And we got quite a lot of layers. Oh, 1 second. So yeah, I exported this one, and then when I got this one, I put some more effects on it. So as you can see, yeah, I think I've put also like vinyl noise on it, which you can't hear right now, which you couldn't hear there, but yeah, sometimes make changes where I reverse it afterwards and I can't show you now, but you can hear what it does, right? It's like, it's just the same vinyl noise, it's phaser on there, which I have here too. So Serum Effects acts as a phaser here, and if I turn it off, so this is this one right here that I exported. It's basically just vinyl noise, but the rest is the same, right? So yeah.
Just writing hits, losing my shit.
1 second. I think it's actually with these together, but I need to figure it out right now. Yeah, I think they're all these layers. I don't know why I turned them off, but yeah, I don't know. And I consolidated this one, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then here again. And then also the lead sound right here is also just my own Time to Shine. I have a song, it's called Time to Shine, and I just basically use the same one again. Yeah, I mean, this is like, again, I layer sounds from Serum. This is the first one. These are all different sounds. Boom. Yeah. And then just a whole lot of processing, like sound condenser, saturation, distortion, compression, OTT, EQ, reverb, the delay. You can see it's a lot of processing, but it's just like you chain your way towards the sound you want, right? So yeah, and then also Valhalla Supermassive, another reverb to make it even bigger. So yeah. So the Valhalla Supermassive adds like this airy sound to it that you could hear, right? So this right here, this is the airy sound. This, right? This is what the Valhalla Supermassive does. And I think with this song in particular, we could really use a lot of reverb that has been airy, and we could just turn it all the way, man. Turn it all the way, choose the reverb that's the most ambient in a sense, because sweet perfume, if you think about it, if you spray the perfume, it's like it's hazing, right? And even the words are like hazing the room. So stylistically, it makes sense here to use this. Not always, but in this scenario, really it does. And then we got also keyboard layers. This is AI actually. And I just thought before I'd hire somebody to play this exact thing, let me just use AI, bro. Why not? Because I've purchased the pro version on Suno, and why not just use it then, right? And it sounds good, and it's only layers, so it's not the whole thing. I got real instruments layered with this keyboard, you know, right here, this one. This is layered with the AI up here. And then we got it obviously repeating here. Together with the other stuff. What else do we have? Yeah, just the vocals right here. I showed you sidechain already, bass, and then just like, yeah, we obviously need to sometimes automate the master too. We got reverb that's automated.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
So we automate the reverb too. And yeah, to introduce parts of the song and all that. Then we got also Endless Smile. Endless Smile is also increasing like the reverb on it. So as we approach it, I'm just gonna feed my dreams. Yeah, we sort of like increasing the Endless Smile. When the drop hits, we decrease it again to make like the drop sound. To just make a transitional effect. I think it's self-explanatory, pretty much. This effect and this technique. Yeah, and to come back to the rapper, actually, how I mixed the rapper's voice, it's, man.
Yeah, let's go. Just right in hits.
So this is the original chain. I just start off with like EQ. I distort the vocal a little bit, and then
it's losing my shit.
This is actually the first one, Maximus. So I use Maximus. I just like the way I always go about it. Every single vocal is unique, so every vocal recording. So you kind of like have to treat everything differently, but also not. It's always the same process. Basically, always just compression, EQ, compression, distortion, saturation, and then we get to the effects and obviously stereo width or whatever. So delay, reverb, all that stuff. Maybe sometimes even creative effects such as, format shifting or like whatever it is, vocal stutters, whatever.
Hey, yeah, let's go.
And right here you can see it's a lot. We got room reverb, soothe. Soothe is a great plugin to get rid of like specific surgical frequencies, but you don't want to just make specific cuts. It's like an algorithm thing.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Just right in hits, losing my shit. I never got to the point where I miss.
It just smoothens it out, but don't obviously overdo it, because then it just sounds muffled. And I think it's a great thing to do, especially if you distorted the vocal beforehand. It's a great way to take away the harshness from the distortion again, but you still get the effect from this distortion in the sense of it sounds very like thick, you know. So I think saturation and in combination with soothe, it makes the vocal thick but not harsh. And I think that's a great effect that I always use: distortion, soothe. Yeah, and obviously the saturation also acts as a compression, because if you add harmonies to it, it like balances the vocal out in a way that's good, because there's more evened out levels at the whole spectrum, if that makes sense. If you know a little bit of the sound theory, you will understand what I'm saying. But yeah. So, but it's like very subtle. It's not a big thing. Yeah. Without effects.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Just writing hits, losing my shit. I never got to.
So I already exported and I denoised it. So I have denoise tools from RX9. So like DS, declip, declick. Sometimes I before I even think about compressing the vocal, before I even think about saturating it, before I even think about starting to work on the vocal mixing, I just start out with the denoise part, because sometimes there's clicks and there's a little bit of this and this, where you're just like, okay, I can make it even cleaner before I put it into the compression, because you always need to know that with heavy compression, it's gonna really bring out every single noise part, which is good because you all also hear the vocal itself in a much more detailed way than in a setting where you don't have the compression applied. So this is a crucial part also if you have some vocal recordings. It doesn't always is that way. For example, with Josh, I didn't need to do that. Josh has been very clean, but even there I could hear sometimes with my heavy compression that I applied on his voice. In the drop, for example, you can hear a little bit of the hi-hats, the high frequencies come through, especially with my approach to mixing. But it's completely normal. It's pretty much on every single project. I can't really avoid that. Maybe I can even show you that. Where is this?
Perfume, he's in the room, he's in the room.
Right, you could hear it in between these lines. You can hear the hi-hat coming back up, and basically that's because the recording hasn't been cut, or there hasn't been like fades being made, but you can't hear it, bro. It acts like a layer. The hi-hat is playing there at this point in time anyway, so it's not really necessary to do that. You know, to worry about this. It's all good. And then for the master chain, I always use saturation again, just very subtly too. So just like, oh, actually it has been quite a lot here, but it worked out because I wanted to make it loud. Then also more saturation just for the low end until like 200 hertz for the kick and bass. And then we got Fourty balance. I don't think it does anything. Then we got also Camel Crusher for we got the master preset, or some subtle distortion only. Then we got the limiter from Ozone Elements. We got a little bit of imager here. It's not on. We're only using maximizer to cut out the peaks to limit the track. Then also transient emphasis. I don't always use that too but in this track it makes sense because it's a lot of I want to put a lot of emphasis into the peaks, I guess. You know, it's very simple. Then a soft clipper again to make it even louder, but it's really subtly. You know, it's like it adds some slightly more distortion. You can see it's a little bit above the threshold, so it distorts it a little bit again, and that's it. Yeah. So we got a distorted master actually, but it still is at. Okay, yeah. It's still at 0. So, you know, so.
He's in the room, he's in the room.